Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Trend. Today we're taking a nostalgic ride into the past, but with a twist. We're not just talking about any old school ride, we're diving deep into the rebirth of an icon. This is the brand new 1997 GMC Vintage Pickup Truck, and while it carries the spirit of the late 90s, it's been carefully reimagined for today's roads, collectors, and die-hard classic truck lovers. Let's start with the design, because that's what grabs you first. One glance and it instantly takes you back to a time when trucks were boxy, bold, and built with purpose. GMC has somehow managed to bottle up the raw charm of the original 97 pickup and bring it back to life, steel, stance, and all. From the squared-off grille and dual rectangular headlights to the perfectly aligned body lines, this truck screams vintage in the best way possible. But if you look closer, you'll notice this isn't just a direct copy. The materials are modern, the construction more refined, and there's a certain tightness to everything that tells you, this is a classic, yes, but one that's been re-engineered with precision. Now under the hood is where things really start to get interesting. The original 1997 GMC Sierra, as many of you remember, came with options like the Vortec V6 or a small block V8. Dependable engines, sure, but not exactly powerhouses by today's standards. This new iteration, it's a different story. Depending on the trim and package, you can spec it with a modern 5.3L V8 or even an electrified setup that offers classic driving with near-silent performance. And for those who want to keep it old school, GMC has made a limited batch with a retro-tuned Vortec that's been modernized for emissions and efficiency. It's the best of both worlds. You get that throatier, rugged sound but without sacrificing reliability. Let's talk suspension. The original truck had a basic leaf spring setup in the rear and independent front suspension, great for utility, but not exactly a smooth operator. The new 1997 Vintage Pickup gets a fully modernized suspension system with optional adaptive damping, so whether you're hauling gear, cruising the highway, or just rolling through town, you're going to feel like you're driving something far newer than the design suggests. It's a classic look with a luxury ride, and that contrast is exactly what makes this truck so special. Inside the cabin, it's a love letter to the past. The bench seat is still there, yes, an actual bench seat, but now it's wrapped in premium leather with available heating and even massage options, depending on the trim. The dash looks straight out of 1997, with its blocky, utilitarian design, but it hides a fully digital cluster and an infotainment system with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and even Wi-Fi. There are manual controls for the HVAC, just like the old days, but behind the knobs are sensors and actuators that make it operate with today's efficiency and precision. It's all part of the magic. This truck tricks your eyes into thinking it's vintage, but your body knows it's anything but. Another detail worth mentioning is the craftsmanship. GMC partnered with several restoration experts and designers who specialize in vintage American trucks to make sure every angle, every surface, and every badge hits the mark. This isn't a quick retooling job. This is a purpose-built truck designed to stir emotion, create conversation, and make people remember why these machines became cultural icons in the first place. Now let's talk practicality. One of the things people loved about the original 1997 GMC pickup was its simplicity and utility. The new one retains that spirit. The bed is still a full-size workhorse, but it's made from high-strength composite materials now, and includes features like hidden tie-downs, a power tailgate, and even an underbed storage system that doesn't eat into cargo space. You can throw lumber back there, or picnic gear, or your daily driver tools. It's still every bit a truck, not just a showpiece. For those wondering about trim options, GMC is offering the new 1997 Vintage Pickup in 3 primary levels: Base Classic, Heritage Plus, and the top-tier Sierra Legacy Edition. Each one offers a different take on the retro theme. The Base Classic keeps things clean and functional: steel wheels, minimal chrome, and a more stripped-back interior. The Heritage Plus adds modern features while keeping the retro vibe intact: body-colored bumpers, more upholstery options, and a mid-tier audio system. And the Legacy Edition, that's for collectors. Premium materials everywhere, custom color palettes from the original 90s catalog, and special badging that marks it as part of a very limited production run. Now let's address the elephant in the room: price. You're not going to pick one of these up for the price of an old beater off Craigslist. But you're also not paying hypercar money. The starting price sits in the mid $40,000 range, which is remarkably fair for something this specialized. The Legacy Edition climbs higher, north of $60,000, but for what you're getting, and the rarity involved, it's a worthwhile investment for enthusiasts. GMC hasn't just brought back a truck, they've brought back a memory. This isn't about raw numbers or best-in-class metrics. It's about feel. It's about that moment when you turn the key and remember being a kid in the passenger seat, watching the world go by through a simple, square window. It's about the sound of gravel under your tires, the smell of motor oil, and the confidence that comes from a truck that doesn't pretend to be anything but what it is: solid, reliable, and unapologetically American. So, who's this truck for? If you're someone who grew up around these, or maybe your first ride was a '97 GMC, this is your chance to recapture that feeling in a way that fits the 21st century. If you're younger and just appreciate timeless design with a modern twist, this is one of the coolest, most authentic throwbacks you can buy. And if you're a collector, well, this truck's going to be the one that turns heads at every meet. Before we wrap up, here's something to think about. In an age where everything is touchscreen, software-driven, and constantly trying to do more, this truck stands out by doing one thing extremely well: staying true to its roots. That's rare, and in our book, that makes it not just a cool ride, but a future classic. Alright folks, that's it for today's deep dive. If you enjoyed this look at the new 1997 GMC Vintage Pickup, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Car Trend, and hit that bell so you never miss our weekly dose of auto nostalgia, reviews, and future-forward car tech. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you daily this? Collect it? Modify it? We want to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your engines running and your style timeless.